Auckland.
Spida Hunter from ehpfitness.com. He knows a bit about fitness.
He's our personal trainer from ehpfitness.com, Spida Hunter as well, twitter.com/Spida Hunter, SPIDA Hunter, one word. He's back in his gymnasium this morning, ready to demonstrate and describe another set of exercises for us this morning. Last week, of course, we were looking at the classic push, the abs. Push-ups were 2 weeks ago, the abs were last week. I was just trying to remember what that roller thing was. Spida, good morning.
Good morning, Wammo. We did big bad abs last week, mate. You remember?
I do remember, because I got some feedback on that this week, and someone watched the video on YouTube, and they said, "Oh man, he makes that roller thing look really easy. It's really hard."
It's really hard, actually. I'm glad I made it look easy, mate. I was holding my breath, trying to look all cool, calm, and collective. Inside, I was screaming.
Oh yeah,
no more.
Because not only did you make it look easy, but you were describing it while you were doing it. And most people would be like teeth clenched. Was unable to talk, totally puffed.
I had sore abs the next day, actually. Not just from that, I must say, because I only did 2 reps, but I from other stuff as well. Because I woke up in the morning thinking, "Oh, my abs are a bit tender," and I thought there would be that ab roller.
Once again, of course, Spida Hunter is here on your wireless, but he's also on the live video stream as well, and you can check that out up at kiwifm.co.nz or on demand later on as well on the YouTube channel. But today we're going to be focusing on the legs, Spida.
Legs, mate, they're the foundation upon which we stand. So they're actually they're very, very important. I place a lot of emphasis on the abs and on the abs. I've got myself twisted up on the legs because of the fact that they carry the body in places. Most people don't emphasise them enough. They just train what they see. So in here, I emphasise them quite a bit, and obviously because most people like yourself are seated in front of a computer. Even I am.
I used to stand doing the radio show.
Is that right?
But it's just in the last 2 years I've gotten lazy. But for going on 10 years I was standing every show for 3-4 hours standing.
Wow, good on you.
Well, good on me there back then, not now.
Of course, sorry. That was in your youth.
That was my old me.
Your old you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking on Kiwi FM. Help now. Get back to the old Wammo.
So maybe I need to get back to the standing. Maybe that might wake me up a little bit more in the mornings as well.
You leave the coffee made and stand in the mornings.
Yeah.
So with legs, I think a couple of really, really important points is that if you're standing in front of a mirror and you're looking at your sexy body, what you want to do is you want to actually train the backs of your legs more than the front of your legs. And the reason for that is because most people what's called posterior chain is the backs of your bum, your hamstrings and your calves, even your lower back. Most people are really, really weak in that position because they're in a seated position most of the time.
Yeah.
So you actually want to train the hamstrings, the calves and your bum and your lower back for the general population and even in the athletic market more often than you train the front.
Right.
And then once it's balanced out, you can counterbalance both the front and the back.
Okay, because your the most muscle requirements are from the back. Like in a day-to-day life, it's not so much the front. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, just that we're predominantly weak in the back of the muscles, and that's why we have poor posture. So, yeah, the posture muscles are the ones we actually don't see, and that's why they don't get trained as much.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why the hamstrings, which is the backs of your thighs, your bum, and your lower back, are quite important to train in flexibility, strength, endurance, and even power-orientated stuff.
Okay,
and
so that also plays into that whole visual clue thing. That people often train what they can see because looks kind of good. So so the back of your legs aren't very, and your butt the butt's quite sexy, but you don't normally consider training them because you can't see them.
No, and the butt is sexy when it's been training under a bit of weights for a while. So You do want to overemphasize the backs of your legs a lot more. And some classic exercises to do that is like if we go from what I teach everyone in here is a squat. So obviously for those that can see and those that can't, basically all it is how I explain it is you got to be hands out in front, and then you're like sitting on the toilet, standing off the toilet, sitting on the toilet, hopping off, down and up. So basically if you had a toilet behind you, you naturally do actually stick your bum back to the toilet. Yeah. Even though you don't actually feel that because it's a natural instinct for most people. And so that's a simple squat. At the bottom of the squat, do you want your thighs to be perpendicular to your calves? Yeah, so from a side view, for those that can see, you basically want to hit parallel. So I'll move the kettlebell so I don't sit on it. And then basically you want to hit parallel, 90-degree angles. Most people are going to struggle to hit that because they've got weak hamstrings and weak glutes, or which is weak bum and weak hamstrings. So you can hold on to something if you need to. Like you just got to find ways to make it happen. Like I'll teach, doesn't matter if it's you're 80 or if you're 16. If need be, I'll get someone to hold something in front of them or even the wall, and then they can squat down under stability, so they don't have to require balance to make that exercise happen. Okay, and is that working most of those muscles? It's actually working the entirety of the leg, so that's the benefit, and you can overemphasize the bum and the hamstrings in it by changing things up. But that's one of the first exercises that I always teach everybody in here. All right, what else? Mate, the other ones for most people, because most people look at that and think, oh, that's too simple. Then you have to just add stuff in it to make it challenging. So you've got implements like a barbell, a kettlebell, a medicine ball. So I like good mornings. Actually, one of the clients says they're really not good mornings because he hates them. But by the way, have you got someone flogging a cat in the background there? I don't know where that's coming from, mate. So it's outside. Okay. Sorry, continue. A good morning is where you bend over and you're going to stretch out the entire hamstrings and you're going to work the muscles as well. I'm going to show you with the medicine ball. It doesn't matter what exercise you use, what implement you use, it's just a tool. So basically all you want to do is you want to keep your legs straight and you want to stick your bum out behind you. So if you're facing one way, you want to stick your bum to the opposite direction and you get a big stretch through the hamstring. So it's just like bending at the hips, basically, that way. Okay. So bending forwards. Bending forward, mate. Because you want to stretch the hamstrings out. Most people have got over tight hamstrings, especially our male friends, and they need to be lengthened while under stress or while under tension as well. Now, I'd be a little bit nervous about this whole bending forwards with a weight without bending your legs. Why is that still okay without bending the legs? I do have a subtle bend in my knees when I'm doing the exercise. So what I call soft knees is where you've got a slight bend in your knees, which I always teach as a soft knee, and then you've got a straight leg, which is absolutely locked. Right. We don't do a lot of locked leg stuff around here, so because of the fact that you just lose body awareness once you go into a locked position. And you're going to put strain on other muscles in your back as well, I'd imagine. You can do, so that's why we always teach a soft knee. So if it turns to custard, you can always go back into a squat and then stand back up into a comfortable position. But definitely squats, mate. I would emphasise squats, and picking stuff off the floor is a great exercise for people in that are looking to develop and sculpt their legs so they're nice and sexy for the summer. Do you recommend lunges at all? Lunges are another fantastic exercise. They emphasise the thighs a little bit more and your bum. They're a fantastic exercise, alternating lunges like so, like putting one foot in front of the other. Yeah. And going like down. That. Then you can hold weight, do static lunges where you just got one foot in front of the other, leg is on its toes, and then just going straight down, straight up, 10 reps, switch to the opposite side. And so there's lots of sexy exercises can be done for legs. It's fantastic. And so if you are finding stuff just that little bit too easy, then just add some weights into it. Weight or add some speed. Like if you've got nothing to use, I would add speed. So if you've got reps to do of 15 or 20, 10 each leg, for a lunges, I would add speed to it, see how quickly you can do it, and you'll find that will take care of itself too, because the old legs get a bit jello-y.
Yeah.
And then decrease your rest period as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff to get underway with your legs there. No excuses. You got the abs, the push-ups, and the legs now. It's almost the full set. Well, no, not quite. There's actually a lot more to it, isn't there, Spida?
There can be a lot more to it, mate. Yeah.
We'll talk to you once again next week. Final for the year.
Awesome, man.
Okay. See ya. EHP,
Thank you.
Yep, EHPfitness.com is where you head, and also check him out on Twitter as well, and you can always ask him some questions there, twitter.com/Spida Hunter, SPIDA Hunter, one word, and don't forget to check out the video once again up on the Radio Wammo YouTube channel.